Morning dear cadets. So today I am teaching you the last topic of this unit, that is breathing in plants. So just try to understand, as we are breathing, in the same way plants are also breathing. But the question arises here, how do they do so? So the simple thing is there. You might have seen the the small pores present on the leaves, okay? Especially in the lower portion of leaves, some small pores are present. These pores are known as stomata. These stomata are responsible for the, you can write here, what are stomata? Stomata, they are the small pores present on the bottom surface of leaves, bottom surface of leaf, okay? Through these small pores, exchange of gases takes place. Just try to understand. Plant also oxidize their food, okay? How they are oxidizing? They are taking in oxygen. So far what you have learned, that plants are releasing oxygen and by consuming the carbon dioxide. But remember, when they breathe, what they are breathing only night time. When they breathe, what is there? They also take oxygen which is present in the surrounding through these small pores, and they oxidize their food. Their food is also glucose. Then what is there? They produce CO2. They produce CO2, and through stomata CO2 will comes out, while the oxygen will go inside, and that oxygen will be utilized for the breaking down of food, that is glucose, and carbon dioxide release will go to the atmosphere. So just try to understand, for the breathing of plant, the most important thing is stomata. Those pores only responsible for the exchange of gases. Here I summarized some point. Plants get their required energy by the oxidation of food, glucose, in the process called respiration. So they also do the respiration as we are doing. Second one is, in order to facilitate the respiration, exchange of gases should occur. This exchange occurs through stomata by the simple diffusion process. So always remember, diffusion is one of the very important process that is helping in the exchange of gases. What is the meaning of diffusion? Diffusion is the migration of gas particle from higher concentration to lower concentration. So when plants respire, means they break down their food, so which gas will evolve? Carbon dioxide gas. So inside the plant, the concentration of carbon dioxide gas is more, as it was more in our blood vessels after cellular respiration. So now that carbon dioxide through stomata will be diffused out, okay? Now in atmosphere, the concentration of oxygen is more, so and inside the plant it is less, so through stomata oxygen will go, and this process is known as exchange of gases, that is exchange between carbon dioxide and oxygen. Carbon dioxide will come out through stomata and oxygen will go inside through the stomata. So this exchange of gas is playing very important role in breathing of plants. For the better understanding of this one, we'll show you one animation.
The carbon dioxide necessary for photosynthesis enters into the leaves through the small openings or pores present on undersurface of the leaves, known as stomata. Likewise, oxygen produced during photosynthesis diffuses out through these pores. Stomata is surrounded by many epidermal cells. Stomata have an internal opening or pore called the stoma. The stoma is flanked by two epidermal cells called as guard cells. These cells have differential techniques, that is thin outer wall and thick inner wall facing the stoma. Each guard cell consists of a nucleus, peripherally arranged chloroplast, and a large central vacuole. The tertiary of the guard cells control the opening and closing of the stomata, which in turn regulate the loss of water from the leaves into the atmosphere. Water molecules from the surrounding epidermal cells enter into the guard cell and causes them to swell, and the stomatal pore opens up. Open stomata helps to absorb carbon dioxide from the atmosphere, which is used in the process of photosynthesis, and in return releases oxygen as a byproduct of photosynthesis. Exit of water molecules from the guard cells causes them to shrink, and the stomatal pore closes. Stomata leads to loss of water, so plants close the stomata when carbon dioxide is not required for photosynthesis. Stomata even get closed during night when the process of photosynthesis stops and no gaseous exchange occurs.
Dear cadets, to understand the mechanism of exchange of gases in the plant, let us focus on two equations. You can write the word equation also, I don't have any problem. In photosynthesis, what is occurring? What is happening? Always remember, photosynthesis happens in daytime when solar light is there. So the carbon dioxide means, just see, photosynthesis is occurring in the leaves of the plant only due to the green pigment which is present in the leaves, that is chlorophyll. They absorb the carbon dioxide from the atmosphere, okay, and now they absorb the water also, and with the help of sunlight and chlorophyll they form here glucose, that is carbohydrate food, and they release oxygen gas, okay. So just see, from the atmosphere they are taking carbon dioxide gas, and in return they are releasing oxygen gas to the surrounding, okay. Now respiration mostly occurs in the plant in night time. So what they are doing, glucose which is formed there, that will be oxidized. Plants also oxidize their food with the help of oxygen during the course of respiration. So it will be broken down into CO2 and 6H2O, means carbon dioxide and water. Means try to understand whatever product is there in the photosynthesis, that is reactant in case of respiration. So now again means in this process they will take the oxygen from the surrounding and release carbon dioxide. So just see, the percentage of oxygen and carbon dioxide should remain constant in the atmosphere, because whatever amount of CO2 is consumed in photosynthesis, same amount is released here. So it is possible when the number of plants are constant. Nowadays what is happening, plants we used to cut only, then who will consume this one CO2? Means there is a less consumption of CO2 because deforestation is on. That is why the concentration of CO2 is increasing in the atmosphere. And these two processes are bedrock for the exchange of gases. Just see, in the photosynthesis oxygen is evolved, and now in respiration O2 is absorbed through the diffusion process. Similarly, in photosynthesis carbon dioxide is consumed, but in respiration it is released. So what we can say, exchange of gases means exchange of O2 and CO2, and both processes are occurring in the leaves only. In photosynthesis through leaves oxygen is released, and in respiration in respiration process same oxygen is consumed and carbon dioxide is evolved. So in one process oxygen is evolved, in another process CO2 is evolved. So the exchange of we can write here exchange of O2 and CO2. CO2 is the chemical formula of carbon dioxide. So actually these are the processes which are responsible for the maintaining the balance of oxygen and carbon dioxide in the atmosphere. Respiration basically who is doing mostly? Animals are doing mostly. So if the number of means the population is more, so the consumption of O2 will be more. But if forest is less, then the production of O2 will be less. That is why problem is there in the nature. Similarly, if plants are more, so they will consume CO2, and now they will consume CO2, the percentage of carbon dioxide will decrease. That is why there should be a balance between population and the number of plants planted in this nature. Okay, and now for the better understanding of exchange of gas, we'll see another animation. So dear cadets, just see, this is the structure of leaf. Just see, complete equation they have not written, but here CO2 is being consumed. So in which process CO2 is being consumed? Photosynthesis only. And here they have shown the evolution of O2 and H2O. So in which process they are evolved? In photosynthesis only. So the leaves, the most important work is photosynthesis only. And now just see,
in living systems, the exchange of gases takes place through diffusion across a surface. In plants, the exchange of gases occurs during photosynthesis and respiration. During respiration, oxygen is absorbed and carbon dioxide is released by mitochondria. In contrast, plant photosynthesize in the presence of sunlight, where carbon dioxide is absorbed and oxygen is released by chloroplasts. The signs of gaseous exchange are stomata in leaves, lenticels in stem, and root hair. Stomata are located in the epidermal layer of the leaves. The density of stomata is higher on the lower surfaces as compared to the upper surface of the leaf. Each stomatal opening leads to the intercellular spaces which are surrounded by mesophyll cells. These mesophyll cells are lined with water containing dissolved oxygen which is produced during photosynthesis. Stomata releases the excessive oxygen and water vapor into the environment. Simultaneously, they absorb carbon dioxide from the environment. During day, the carbon dioxide absorbed by mesophyll cells is used further for photosynthesis. During night, stomata are closed, hence they are not involved in the process of gaseous exchange. The excessive carbon dioxide produced by plant cells are released by lenticels. Lenticels are non-severized pores which are located on the surface of plant stem. Lenticels open into the intercellular spaces. These lenticels absorb oxygen which enters into the intercellular spaces. The absorbed oxygen is now available to the surrounding plant cells. Furthermore, roots respire through the thin cell wall of the root hair by absorbing dissolved oxygen present between the air spaces. It is a surface phenomenon. Exceptionally, the aerial roots of the mangrove trees found in the tropics grow above the soil surface and absorb oxygen and release carbon dioxide through their pores. Such roots are called pneumatophores. To maintain level of gases within the plant, stomata, lenticels, surface of root hair, and pores of pneumatophores act as a facilitator for exchange of gases.
So dear cadets, in this way your this chapter is completely completed. Now most of the places to explain the things I took the help of extra marks, basically for the activities purpose, so that you can understand in the better way. Nevertheless, whatever important things are there, I have already explained without the help of extra marks. So I hope that those things you have already completed. Now let us recap the chapter. I started the chapter with the introduction. In the introduction, I taught you the need of respiration. Why do we respire? So need I have explained, and after that I told you what is the meaning of cellular respiration and why it is called cellular respiration. Okay, then I taught you types of respiration. Basically two types of respiration is there: aerobic and anaerobic. So these respiration, their definition, their differences, almost all aspects of aerobic and anaerobic respiration I have covered. Now I told you that sometime in our muscles anaerobic respiration takes place and lactic acid deposited there, and because of the deposition of lactic acid there is a muscle cramps. All those processes I have explained. Then I taught you the breathing and mechanism. Breathing means what is there? Breathing is the integral part of respiration. Without breathing, respiration cannot be taken place. And their mechanism, what are the organs which are involved in the breathing mechanism, everything I taught with the help of activities and animated videos. And I hope that you understood, and this is most important. Even diagram also I taught you, those diagrams should be made. Next one is respiration in other organism. So just like we are respiring, other organism also respire. So how do respiration takes place in insects? Cockroach. Next one is earthworm, fishes. So we discussed their mechanism of respiration also. The last, that is today only I have finished, respiration in plants. So respiration in plants basically occur through the exchange of gases, and those processes I have explained you in detail. So in this way your this chapter is completely completed. Now let us write some questions as you learnt today. So the first question is, what is stomata? What is stomata? Okay. Question number 2. Name the process by which plants exchange gases. Just process name you have to explain. Question number 3. Draw the diagram of human respiratory system. Neat and label diagram. Label diagram is required. So just write down the answers of these questions, and tomorrow I will complete your NCERT exercise also. So I hope that you have enjoyed this chapter, because this was the very interesting chapter. Now next chapter is also very interesting. Thank you.